Chis Sao is a unique training method. It helps us develop our fighting techniques. This training process trains our reflex ability, sensitivity, force, speed, and reactions, and so and so. We can learn Chis Sao step by step and enjoy this special training process. Here, I, Terrence, proudly present step by step Chis Sao training method to you.
Chis Sao is a unique training process in Chun system. In order to learn Chis Sao, we got to learn some of the basic techniques which we need in Chis Sao. For example, like a straight punch. It's called Chun. Front palm, side hand Sao, back Sao, Tan Sao, like this, Tan Sao, Foot Sao, elbow close to the center line, relax. Jump Sao. Jump means chopping. It's like a chop something, like chopping something. Now it should go in this way. Not downward. The jump Sao. We also need Bong Sao. This Bong Sao. Bong Sao can be combined with Tan Sao like this. This Bong Sao. Now this Gam Sao. Gam means pressing. Also Jat Sao. Jat, like this. Beauty. Also Lap Sao. Lap means grab and pull like this. Lap Sao. This is Lap Sao. Now we also need shifting. Look. This one foot shifting like this. The other side. With both, we shift on the heel. Like this. Now, we also need advancing. Mr. Xiong Bo or Xiong Ma, like this. For example, like this. Now, for example, one arm, step on the center line, another one, we drag another one, like this. We stand on the back leg. We stand on the back leg, like this. Stand on the back leg. Stand on the back leg. If we combine with Chun, it's like this. Now this Chun Sao, very useful technique in Chis Sao. In fact, we combine the Bong Sao, Tan Sao, and shifting together. The front view is like this. When we come back, we draw this one, and we withdraw this one. It's underneath another arm, like this. It's very useful in Chis Sao. For example, when he used the left arm, okay, Bong Sao, Tan Sao, okay, and he grab and punch again, and use the Chun Sao. Use Chun Sao. Slow is like this. Slow motion. Fast. Faster.
As long as we have learned basic techniques, we can come to single hand Chis Sao right now. I am in a Tan Sao position, or say in a Foot Sao position. I strike with the palm strike. Jose reacts with a Chun Sao. Now, my part here is empty. Jose strike. With the straight punch, I react with a Bong Sao to block his punch. Now we come back to the original position and start again. Now, I'm in the Foot Sao position, Jose in the Tan Sao position. Then Jose strike with a palm strike. I react with a Chun Sao. Now, then I counter attack with a straight punch. Jose blocks with a Bong Sao. Then we are even here. Now, we come back to the original position and start again. The other side. I'm in a Tan Sao position, Jose in a Foot Sao position. I strike with a palm strike. Jose reacts with a Chun Sao. And then he counterattacks with a straight punch. Then I react with a Bong Sao to block his straight punch. Now we come back to the original position and start again. Now, I'm in the Footwork position, Jose in the Chun Sao position, then Jose attacks. I block with the Chun Sao, and counter attack with the straight punch, then Jose block with the Bong Sao. We go back to the original position and practice this again and again. To learn double hand Chis Sao, we start learning Lok Sao first. Lok Sao is also called rolling arms. It is like this. Now I am in a Footwork position, this side, another side is a Chun Sao. Then roll with this side, the right side, Tan Bong. At first, we should relax. When we relax, we can learn it faster and better. Okay, and then double arms in the Footwork position, and keep both elbows in. Like this. Now, we should be able to relax. And then, roll the left arm. Tan Sao, Bong Sao. Each arm works independently. Now, both arms roll like a Tan Bong. The hands are in this position or in this position, like a crossed arm. Or like this. Do every move correctly. Now let's try. Now we start learning and practicing rolling arms with partner, like this. The other side, we can change hands from outside to inside. Now I am in the Tanpong position, both arms are inside, Jose's arms are outside. I change one arm to outside, my right arm is in outside now. No, my both arms are outside now, like this. Double Foot Sao. Jose, one arm in Tansa position, one arm in Bangsa position, and he rolls his arms. Now, how to change arms from inside to outside, from outside to inside? Now, let's start with one arm. For example, like this, Jose in the Tansa position, I'm in the Fuksa position. Then he rolls with one arm, Jose rolls his arm. Now, when I want to change my arm to indoor, when his arm is in a Bangsa position, then I start to shoot my arm to the Tansa position, turn indoor. Jose immediately reacts with a Fuksa and block my arm. Then I start rolling my arm. Now, when I want to change my arm from inside to outside, when my arm is in the Tansa position, I keep touching Jose's arm and turn the Fuksa position. Jose immediately turn to the Bangsa position and keep rolling. Okay, let's do it again. Now from outside to inside. Right, so I turn from inside to outside now. Jose reacts with the Bangsa and then he go on rolling his arm. Now, this time, I'm in the Fuksa position. This Tansa, Jose roll his arm. I turn inside, Jose immediately use the Fuksa, and now I start rolling. Now I turn from inside to outside. I turn from outside to inside. With both arms, then we can change randomly. My both arms are outside. Turn one to inside, another one to inside. I turn one arm to outside. My right arm to outside. So now my both arms are in Fuksa position. We can change our arms frequently. we can do it randomly. Now we start learning lapta. Lapta trains us how to grab the opponent's arm and punch and train our bounce-out reaction. For example, Jose grab and punch now. Then I shift 45 degrees. I use my bounce-out to block his punch. My box-out position is here. Another case for defense. Jose face front. Then I grab and punch. Jose react with a shifting 45 degrees and use the bounce out to block it. Now, I can stay here or let go my arm like this. Then Jose grab and reacts with the bounce out and shifts. When we defend, we shift 45 degrees. When we punch, we face front. Now this trains us the sensitivity of the arm. When your opponent grabs your arm, and you sense it, you feel it, and do the reaction with the bounce out. The other side. Now this lapta, it trains our attack and defense, shifting, bounce out, the sensitivity of the arms. Now, we can grab with either arm, like this one here or this one here. For example, with grab with the bounce out position like this. So it trains our both arms and both sides. Now we can do it randomly. And different speed. Okay, now we can close your eyes and practice. All the basic techniques that we need to start the Chis Sao techniques. Now, we introduce some of the Chis Sao combination to help improve our Chis Sao techniques. First, we use the Lap Sao and Fat Sao. Look, here, my foot Sao's underneath my Bong Sao. Then I grab Jose's left arm and use the right arm to strike the Fat Sao, strike like this. And his both arms are controlled by my left arm. Let's start again. Now, after one strike, we can do more strike like this. I use the Gam Sao and then strike like this. The other side, look, I use the Foot Sao to grab and strike with the Fat Sao. We can use punch or palm strike right here. Of course, when Jose's techniques is not enough or his sensitivity is not fast enough, then he got trapped, then he got hit. But he can block my strike. For example, when I grab, he sends with his arm and then he used the Bong Sao to block my strike. And he retreat his another arm and used the Wu Sao to block. He used both arms to block, and he also shifts. Let's try again. Another method to block. Now, when I start grabbing right here, then Jose's arm senses it already, his left arm senses it, and he immediately shifts and uses the Jump Sao to press my both arms and between his right arm and counter attack. Try again. Look. So, before I finish the action, Jose did the defense and counter-attack. He can shift. Look. Or he doesn't shift. Just press down like this. We use a lap da or lap sao and fast sao like this. When the opponent's reaction is not fast enough, then we make it. When he's fast enough, then we are even. So, when condition permits, then you can use this to strike. Now let's introduce another combination. Look, I'm in the bouncer position, or say in the dancer position. I use this one. The bouncer, the park is dancer away, then my left hand strike like this. I keep the bouncer high to block his arm. Let's do it slowly. Like this. A little bit faster. A little bit faster. So this is like a Pak Sao, Pak Sao, Pak. But sometimes we can grab like this, grab and strike like this. Now, when there is attack, usually there's defense. Now, Jose blocked my Pak Da. He used a jump sao, shift, and blocked my both arms and retreat his right hand and counter-attack. So reaction sensitivities are here very important. Shift like this. Of course, when Jose attack with his arm here, of course, I turn my right hand to Chun Sao to block his attack. Then we are even. We cannot attack each other. And then we start again. Now another defense method. When a park here, Jose retreat this one to block it, use the Tansa to block it. And he's part with this and strike with this. Tansa. Okay, let's start another combination, the third combination so far. Now, we use the Foot Sao as Pak Sao to park the opponent's left. Look. Park, and then turn the ball out to like a Tansa position, and we can step in and strike. So we use one arm to control the opponent's two arms. This one is free. Look. We can step in, advance with our right leg. Slowly it's like this. Faster is like this. Remember, we use the Foot Sao to keep touching the opponent's arm and park this one. This one should keep sticking to the opponent's arm. Then we can control his two arms. Of course, there is defense. For example, when a park, Jose can turn his right arm to Tansa and block my attack. After this, Jose can do the counter-attack. He uses his right hand to press down, Gam Sao, and strike with his left. Then I got trapped. So, when condition permits, we can use the Pak Sao now, and we can make it. For example, when he's not fast enough, his sensitivity here is not enough, his reaction is not fast enough, then he got control and he got hit. But when his sensitivity and reactions are fast enough, of course, he can defend. And right here, he used another arm, he used the counter-attack techniques here. Of course, here, then I can use my defense technique here like this. That is follow-up. Now let's introduce another Chis Sao combination. Now look, my both arms are inside. indoor. Jose's forearms are outdoor. Now, let me attack. When I attack, I use the Chis Sao techniques. For example, now this is the bounce up position. Chis Sao. Park this one away, then this one is free, and attack. Remember, our bounce out should be high enough to block his another arm. Then this one is free, and enough room to strike here. Look. The other side is the same. Bounce up position, park, and strike. We can shift a little bit. Shift a little bit to change the angle, and strike. A little bit faster is like this. Of course, here's defense. Jose uses Chun Sao to block. For example, when I pack, he uses left Chun Sao to block my forearm. Try again. Right, then he retreats his right and ready to counter attack. Of course, I can use the Chun Sao to block it. Now, I am in an outdoor position. Forearms are outdoor. Jose's forearms are indoor. Look, his one arm is above another arm. Then I can gum. Now look, his forearms are controlled by one arm, then this one retreated and then attack here. Of course, I can intentionally bring his one arm to be above another arm and press like this. The other side is the same. Now look, his bounce out here, Chun Sao here. I press down and strike. So this outdoor Chun Sao, outdoor means the arm is outdoor, and gum means a press. Of course, Jose can defend. When I press like this, his another arm can retreat and block. Like this, he keeps his bounce up position and give room for another arm to come back and block. The other side, look. Okay. Now, one arm indoor, one arm outdoor. Sometimes we can use some trick, for example like this. Now, my palm side position, if I push a little bit, and if Jose's reaction is too fast or too much, when he press back, push back too much, then I can make use of his momentum and use the lap sao and strike like this. Look. Of course, after one strike, we can keep on attacking like this. So, when I press a little bit, this is a trick in order to trap. If he cannot use his force properly, when he presses too much, then I make use of his momentum, or I make use of his mistake. So therefore, he should not push too much. He just keep his position. Don't push too much. So, when practicing Chis Sao, it's very important to keep every move correctly. We cannot push too much, or we cannot be too soft, something like that. Then I cannot make use of his momentum. Now, if I try to attack like this, when the condition do not permit, then he can bring back another arm and block it. For example, so he defends in this way. Now another trick is, for example, if we try to strike like this, but in fact we don't strike too much, push a little bit. When his reaction is too much, when he pushes back, then we come back immediately and grab and strike. This is another trap, another trapping, another trick. Here, if we can strike here, it is good. And one strike and two strike here. For example, one strike and come back, another strike. Of course, when you do this, Jose react properly and use his Chis Sao to block it and shift a little bit if he can. Then I cannot grab. So I cannot complete my attack. So when practice Chis Sao, we got to practice basic techniques and shifting and try to train the reaction and the sensitivity of the arm and all the techniques we need to practice. Now, when we have practiced the combinations enough, that means when we have done drawing a lot, I mean, we repeat practicing the combination again and again. Now we can move to free hand Chis Sao. That means that we can apply any techniques we need. We may attack. Right, I use bounce of the block and attack. I strike here. He senses the danger. He immediately press and he strike back. Then I got to use the what? The Chun Sao. And press and back fist. Of course, Jose sense it, immediately come back like this. And when I see his arms are in cross hand position, I immediately press down and strike. But Jose used what? This is like the Chun Sao, cross hand Chun Sao, to block my punch and press down and strike. Of course, before he make it, I use the Bong Sao and Chun Sao to block it. Now, here, I use the Pak Sao and strike. But when I use the Pak Sao, his another arm come back immediately to block it. Now look at the position here. He is open, then he strike. Pak and strike. So I immediately use the Chun Sao to block it here and strike. So we apply all the techniques we need when situation changes. So Chun Sao and Pak Sao. When he used the Pak Sao and strike, I immediately use the Jump Sao. So I cannot attack him, he cannot attack me. When he used the grab and elbow strike, I defend like this and strike back. And I can grab with this one and pass out strike. And he used the circle hand strike, I used the low bong. Low Sao and keep touching this one and press and use the back fist. Then he used the Bong Sao and Chun Sao to strike. So there's no limit in Chis Sao practice. We use the technique we need in defend and attack. Like this, I attack underneath or come back and strike.